When the Super Mario Bros. Wonder trailer came out, fans raised their eyebrows at the elephant form, were taken aback by the new enemies, and were shocked at the introduction of acid trips in the Mario universe. But the real star of the show were these little guys.
Love that sound.
You don't see that every day.
I thought I would hate these talking flowers, I really did. It was just so weird how every other character had such a cartoony voice, and then these guys just sounded like Ted, the office assistant.
Ah, what a peaceful day.
But boy was I wrong. I love them. I really do. They've got a big Toad from Paper Mario Origami King energy that I really vibe with. But there was one thing I noticed while playing that made me feel like something was off. No one ever acknowledges their existence. At first glance, these little flowers seem to both grow wild throughout the Flower Kingdom and live with many of the Poplins. It might be pronounced Poplins, but that has a weird mouthfeel to me, so I'm calling them Poplins. But even though they're both basically talking flowers, there's a weird Pluto-Goofy dynamic that I'm not too comfy with. The Poplins never address or talk about their talking flowers, and don't even look at them. They have watering cans in their homes, but are never shown watering a talking flower, so one could assume they might have the watering cans to water the other various flowers around the house. But you would think that a sentient flower who talks might warrant a simple nod from their roommates, unless they can't hear them or even see them. It's not just in their homes that the flowers receive an odd lack of attention. They get no notice from the others in the cutscenes, are completely left out of the ending, and Prince Florian, who tells you all about his kingdom and other subjects, never even mentions them. I think the biggest tip-off is that once you save all of the Poplins and the fungi mines, who are notably with a talking flower in a pot, indicating that it should belong to one of these Poplins, they all leave without taking the flower. They don't even look back. Ice freaking cool, man. Whether you see the Poplin talking flower relationship as a pet thing or a plant thing, it's really weird that they would leave it behind. It's in a pot, it can be moved, there's no excuse. The only reasonable explanation to me is that to the average outsider, the talking flowers aren't there. But the flowers do talk to, or I guess at, one other person, and that's Mario. Mario's crew, rather. In fact, you'll be seeing Peach in most of the clips I use in this video, but I'm still gonna say Mario. And that's my contribution to the patriarchy this week. But just know that if I say Mario, I mean Mario's group, whichever one you're playing as. The flowers shout encouragement at Mario, rooting him on and saying things like,
You can do it. You're doing great. Go, go, go. Way to go.
Almost like things you might tell yourself when facing obstacles. Like, imagine you're running a race and you're starting to get tired near the end. The little voice inside your head might say things like,
You've got this. Focus. Take a breath. Just a bit more.
The talking flowers are also the only beings to experience the Wonder Flower's effects from an outside perspective like Mario does. And you tell me if these weren't things that Mario was likely thinking in the moment.
Been real. Wait, hang on. What? No way!
Hey, don't worry, Mario. If you're concerned that people will think you've lost your mind if you tell them a fossil came back to life as a magical dragon, just tell them a talking flower can vouch for you. So are the talking flowers just a reflection of Mario's thoughts? No. There are too many examples of things they say to or about Mario and his group that don't make sense as something that one would say to oneself.
There's someone back there. Look at him go. Intruder! Intruder! Who goes there? Delicious! Thanks for the appetizer. Nope.
I don't think I have the courage to unpack that last one. The fact that these flowers not only apparently eat goo but crave flesh as well, it's another video. But them not being a product of Mario's thoughts almost makes it worse. Because for all of the encouragement they provide him, what does he do? Completely
Careful.
F***s their world up. Most of the time, they're just chilling peacefully before Mario comes along and wrecks their shit, either via Wonder Flower,
Oh, this isn't good. No.
or just by being a
That Goomba looks so serene. Well then. Board. Oh, what is it? Can a guy get some shut-eye around here? Hey! pipe! It can't hold us! I warn you! Oh, no, no, no! Well, that's just not my style. Danger! Hi! Oh, please stop! I never get bored watching this. Aw. See you later. This place might be the end of me. My poor withered roots.
And these poor flowers have been through enough with their inherently tragic existence. One of the pre-level screens states that talking flowers love to talk. They often spend their days waiting for someone to visit them. These are inherently social creatures that are regularly ignored or left alone, both by the Poplins and Mario himself.
I'm all alone now. I can feel the power! Take me with you! Where did you come from? I'm so happy you're here. It's scary being alone. Stay with me. Don't leave me! Did you hear someone just now? Must have been my imagination.
Not only that, but they can't even remedy that because they can't move on their own. We see them stationary, we see them hovering, we see them fly up, and we see them swim, which is kind of the same forward propulsion as flying upward, but we never see them move side to side. The only time we see sideways movement from them is when they're being moved by their surroundings. And if they could just fly off, how do you explain all the times they're stuck where they don't want to be?
This place is dangerous. I'll just wait here. Not like I've got much choice. We just float here forever. So many creepy crawlies. Oh, I feel sick. What's with all the ice blocks? They're kind of annoying. Just keep coming. What's a flower to do? What lies beyond? I must know.
If they could move more than just up and down, they could get out of any of these situations. Instead, these are lonely creatures bound to the whims of their surroundings, sitting around hoping that something interesting happens, potentially allergic to themselves, messed with by the only people that can hear them. It's tragic. Unless Mario and the gang can't hear them or even see them. That's right, a third act twist! Maybe the only one who can hear these flowers' thoughts is you, the player. After all, nothing in the environment is ever affected by the flowers. Enemies don't react to the flowers. Mario is never affected by the flowers. In fact, the only times that Mario interacts with the flowers is when you're in control. When you're not, Mario ignores them just like everyone else. Maybe to you, you're giving water to the flower, but to Mario, he's just spitting water. We've established that the talking flowers can't move on their own accord, but then how do they get some of the places they are? How do they magically materialize sometimes, or momentarily appear and disappear when you get a star? And we can go more meta than that. If you turn off the flower voices in the menu, which I hope you feel bad about after realizing what a sad existence these little guys have, the flower voice says,
Oh, was it something I said?
they're not talking to Mario here, they're talking to you. This flower is bigger than the game. This flower is omnipresent, and it can only be heard by you. And if Miyamoto didn't want this to be the case, then in Mario Wonder 2, a Poplin had better pick up a talking flower in its pot and say, this is my best friend. He's alive and I can hear him. Otherwise, all signs in the game point to incorporeal spectator. But you know what? Intangible or not, I still feel for these little guys. After all, is one that yearns for interaction while being unable to attain it not the loneliest of them all? But there is a positive side. Sometimes the flowers are completely content exactly where they are, enjoying the breeze or a beautiful sunset. Sometimes the wonder flowers add excitement to their lives and they really enjoy it. And however much Mario shakes up their worlds, like a loyal friend, they'll always be rooting him on, pun intended. So give him some water. Bail him out of trouble when you can. And for God's sake, keep their voices on, you monster! They're already planning their coup to overthrow the humans as we speak, so you'd better get on their good side. Well, while we await our fate, let me know what your favorite talking flower line is in the comments. Do you think anyone can actually see or hear them? And also, exciting news, memberships are now available for the channel, where you can get early access to these videos, a badge that evolves over time by your name, and my personal favorite, custom emojis to use in the comments! I use these emotes for my Twitch channel as well, and honestly, I find myself wanting to use them everywhere, so I'm really happy that I can introduce them to YouTube too. So feel free to snag a membership and get access to these, subscribe and check out my socials, and remember,
You've got this.
Goombanna is the wonder why she didn't come to play. Gaming vids that'll make you laugh and think and put them on replay. Intelligent, kind of funny, her community's #1. Stick around and kick your feet up. Goombanna has just begun.